huge privilege and an honor to welcome you to the South African Local Government Association's official launch of the Asisho Let's Say It campaign.
Lochani, Dumelang, and welcome to Salga TV. We bring you this episode from the Tshwane Regional Mall in Mamelodi, where Salga is launching its civic responsibility campaign themed Asisho Let's Say It. The campaign is aimed at educating citizens about the importance of paying municipal bills and what the non-payment thereof means to the service delivery value chain. We have an engaging program planned today to unpack the campaign to the public in collaboration with our media partners. The program includes a panel discussion unpacking household debt and its impact on service delivery, conversations with Salga officials about why the campaign matters for Salga, its member municipalities and members of local communities, and further discussions on municipal revenue collection and community participation and engagement. Let's kick off the show with Bonolo Selebano, our correspondent, who chats to the Deputy Minister of Kokta, Thembisile Nkadimeng.
Good morning, Deputy Minister, and thank you very much for being here on Salga TV.
Thank you very much. Good morning and good morning to your viewers.
Pleasure. As a ministry that is responsible for coordinating and supporting South Africa's cooperative governance system, why is it important for the ministry to be here for this campaign and join it as a partner?
Well, one, as you say, our name is cooperative governance. It's to make sure that all spheres of government are sustainable but are functional, provides on the basis of their mandates. Key of the mandates of municipalities or the local government sphere is to provide sustainable services on a user-paid basis. And we have realized jointly with Salga that about 255 billion is owed to municipalities, and that makes them, amongst other things, financially non-viable. And this campaign, therefore, it's important to Kokta to ensure that we communicate with our communities, make them realize how important is it that they pay for the services that they receive. And we must also remember that for a municipality to bill, it has to provide the service first. And it means it has to pay Eskom in the example of electricity. It has to pay the water board that supplies them with water, which means already as they issue the invoice, they've already consumed the services. That is why they are indebted to either water boards or Eskom. So it is important to keep the value chain rolling.
Deputy Minister, do you believe that this campaign will reignite a culture of responsible citizenry and accountable leadership at the local level?
Yes. Remember what the Auditor General said just 2-3 weeks ago when she released the state of audit, financial audit for municipalities. Much as there has been areas of negligence and non-accountability, there have been areas, positive trends, which are showing the growth of municipalities and the trajectory that if all is well, including the payment of the services, the municipalities can go in the right direction. And South Africans are smart people. If they are given the information, they will be able to separate where accountability needs to be dealt with by law enforcement agencies at the local sphere to make sure that who have misused and misappropriated the funds are held accountable. But those who are supposed to pay for services that they're utilizing, on another hand, needs to be able to do that. And it's not a complex matter to understand. And we do believe that such an engagement steadily with our communities will take municipalities in the right direction, and our people will understand, and our people are responsible enough to act positively in building their communities.
Deputy Minister, thank you once again for your time. It's greatly appreciated.
Here are a few facts about some key challenges facing municipalities. Currently, municipalities are owed 255 billion rand as at March 2022 for services consumed. 64% of outstanding debt is irrecoverable, and at 69 municipalities, over 80% is irrecoverable. The average collection period is 213 days, which adversely impacts on the financial health of municipalities. Up next, Bonolo catches up with the president of Salga, Bheki Stofile. Let's have a look.
So I think to me, this program is saying, let us hold one another's hand. We can't afford local government failing. We can't afford governance generally to fail because governance must render service to communities.
Good morning, President, and thank you very much for being here on Salga TV.
Greetings to you and members of the Salga TV, and thank you for having us.
Pleasure. Tell us a bit about Asisho, Let's Say It, and why is this campaign important not only for local governments but local communities as well?
Time has arrived that we need to work together collaboratively, holding one another's hands, and say what experiences that we are experiencing on the ground. And not necessarily lament on the experiences, but what do we do with what we are learning. And Asisho program to us, it says communities are integral part of a municipal business. Like any business, it will have shareholders of reference. And communities are shareholders of our business reference. For us to have a better municipal and functional system in South Africa, our shareholders must fully participate in the affairs and well-being of local government.
And President, why is it important for ratepayers and in particular households to pay for municipal services rendered?
It is important to be understood within the context that what you receive, you have to pay so that the business can flourish and the business can grow. Now, if you don't pay what you received, there are no prospect for business to flourish.
And Mr. President, do you believe that this campaign will have its desired impact?
If you look into the South African history, over years, people of South Africa have been struggling to get freedom, and which it costed them many years to arrive in 1994. And through its ability to unify themselves, to identify the first target, that we need liberation, we need freedom. And starting this campaign, to me, it's going to be a successful campaign because we are saying for us to push back difficulties that we are facing, we need to be united. We need to act like a chain so that there is ability of impact in servicing our communities. So we can together succeed on this if we hold one another's hand. And I am certain that we can.
Mr. President, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Important ba di ratepayers hore ba patele di bills ke taba hore re tlo kona gra services e ama lebe ya ga yo tshwana le metsi, electricity le ditlakala lo wa ha wa di clinic lo wa wa di tsela re tseba hore ha re patetse re tlo go fumana service e tshwana le jona eo.
The importance of our people paying for these utility bills is to make sure that our municipalities are liquid in the provision of services, and that can only be realized when there is money in the coffers of government.
Yeah, the challenges tsona re banna le tsona re engage na le community go di holong ka go fapana ba bontshitse hore challenge ya bona a se taba ya hore a ba batlo go patela empa challenge ya bona e taba hore masipala o ba charge accuracy o ba charge ka di estimate di enta pa di bill di le skyrocketing.
A re fiwe chance ya gore re kopane le government ha itle ko bathong mme kwa government ko ira public participation and ke yona e nang le di resources tsa go tla mo bathong rena di resources tsa go bitsa government rena sa rena gore he re nokela email batle
isalga mayisuka le bangasuki ngeagenda yokuthi they represent middle class because language abazoyikhuluma it will be too high and then ngeke ikwazi uku-accommodate ama-interest at the low at the majority which is poor. So mabasuka laphana they must be bangene phakathi kwezicathulo za the poor.
So it goes both ways. Responsibilities of government that must be known, delivered timeously to the people that are most needy, as well as the responsibilities of citizens in knowing that they need to support government in paying for their services.
Let us see some of the highlights of the Asisho campaign launch taking place in Limpopo.
Chairman, just take us through what is the status in as far as debt that is owed to municipalities as we speak.
Thank you very much, Me Didile. Maybe just to say that I think as Salga we must first acknowledge that the issue of revenue is a key component of the municipality's capability to deliver quality services to our people. And therefore, in the province as a whole, we've got over 13 billion that is still owed to municipalities. And I think that this is an area where, for example, if you look at the municipalities like Polokwane, Polokwane only fell short of about 250 million in order for it to reach the 2 billion mark for them to actually qualify for grade 6, which is the grading that give them an edge in terms of becoming a metro. But also having said that, the challenges that we have of operation and maintenance would have been addressed if people pay for services. There is quite a relationship between our ability to maintain our infrastructure and to maintain our services or provision of services to our people.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I'm going to ask the MMC to just take us through what are the implications to the municipality in as far as non-payment is concerned. Councillor Ngwe.
Let me also emphasize that sustained revenue collection will assist with continued investment in revenue capabilities and maintenance of municipal infrastructure. When we are talking about municipal infrastructure, we are talking about issues like roads, street lights. So it will be very useful when people pay their services because we must maintain the services. Also, effective credit control and debt collection policies and municipal bylaw enable consistent and transparent collection of debts.
We have implemented many controls. So to start off with, we are very consistent with our meter readings. On a monthly basis, we don't compromise on that control to ensure that we have accurate billing for the consumers. Consumers also had some concern about estimations. You are estimating my accounts. To address that matter, we have rolled out in 2017 a prepaid or smart metering program, where we are rolling out prepaid, where it made it much more easier for the consumer because they are able to consume to what they can afford, rather than we come in, we estimate and you get a high bill. So they are able to manage their consumption appropriately.
We've got a wall. Polokwane municipality household debts is over 1.2 billion. This wall is a wall of awareness that create the necessary awareness to our residents, courtesy of Salga. Service delivery is about taking care of community needs. It encourages our people to pay municipal bills and make things happen. Here in the township, across Nelson Mandela Drive is the busiest street, and we want to appreciate this kind of an awareness from Salga of ensuring that even on the walls there's an art effect that is able to create the necessary awareness to our communities.
It is true that around 7 billion, which is more than half of the debt book, is owed by government departments. And as a Treasury and COGSTA, we have a role to support municipalities to ensure that all the money that is owed to municipalities is collected when it becomes due. And with the debt forum, we have a forum where we meet municipalities that are owed by departments. It can be any sphere of government. And in that forum, we then encourage the two parties to be able to reconcile and also encourage departments to pay our municipalities.
Up next, we have Komoto Letsatsi, the Chief Officer for Municipal Finance at SALGA, who gives us some insights into why it's so important for communities to pay their municipal services.
Komoto, can you tell us a bit about your portfolio, its work, and what campaign Asisho means to it?
Thank you very much, Bonolo. So what we really do on the municipal finance side, obviously we advocate and lobby in terms of the policy space around municipal finance. We also support and advise our member municipalities in terms of the various challenges that they would be confronted with, many of which you would have heard basically from the engagement, and as well as capacity building.
And what is the significance of this particular campaign to the work of your particular portfolio?
So really the significance for me actually even goes beyond SALGA, that if you have to work in local government, we need to move away from the boardroom approach, even for professionals within the sector, be on the ground and just have a feel in terms of the experiences by our communities and how they perceive municipalities and every other organization that basically operates in the ecosystem. Really, for me, that's the approach we should basically be taking. So for me, the significance around it is the importance of alignment from a planning point of view, and planning that basically responds to the need of communities on the ground.
Are local communities important for the creation of a financially viable system of local government?
For me, really, the main purpose is around community activism and municipalities being in touch with the communities and responding to the community needs in terms of service delivery, but also with the appreciation that for the municipalities to basically deliver for those services, communities that consume the services that are outside of the indigent register, they pay for the services that they basically consume. Because municipalities require that finances to continue to basically deliver on their constitutional mandates, which is basically delivering those core services basically to communities. And hence here the focus really is around the debt owed to Tshwane, that's over 10 billion. And for Tshwane to continue to be financially sustainable and delivering those services, the communities in Tshwane and those that can actually afford should then pay for those services.
Komoto, thank you very much for your time.
Up next, Bonolo catches up with the center manager of the Tshwane Regional Mall that's hosting our event today and also is a partner to campaign Asisho.
Mr. Munacheng, thank you very much for being here on SALGA TV.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Great. Tell us a bit about why we are here this morning.
Yeah, I think when you guys approach us, to us the issue of informing the community of the importance of participating in the local community, e.g. like paying their services and everything so that the community can be able to run properly. Yes.
And why is it important for Tshwane Regional Mall to be a partner in this campaign?
Yeah. I think Tshwane here, it's here just to develop it's here for developing the local community and everything. So we are playing a central role. Like myself as a stakeholder management, my responsibility here is to make sure the community that gets job here so that they can be able to pay their services. So this mall was actually built purposely that. And as my other responsibilities, which is I am the chairperson of one of the biggest taxi industry here in Mamelodi. So my responsibility is to make sure that between the community and the mall and the taxi industry, it's this interchange system.
And this campaign is about, or rather highlights the importance of local communities to pay for municipal services rendered. What does this mean for you? What is your understanding about this? And is this important?
I think this is very important for the community to pay their services, and it's also important for us as the business people to give them jobs so that they can also have money to pay their services. As much as we are encouraging them to pay their services, as Tshwane Regional Mall, we are saying also we are giving them employment.
Mr. Munaheng, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
With us now, we have the Executive Mayor of the Citibank District Municipality, who is also a Salga NEC member. Councillor Lerato Maluka, welcome to Salga TV.
Thank you so much and good morning.
As someone who has intimate knowledge of the local government issues and some of the challenges that face our communities, what does Campaign Asisho mean to you?
I think for me it is important that we engage our communities on the importance of paying for our services, particularly for those who can afford to pay for services. The narrative now in the country that municipalities are failing, one of the issues that also contribute is about the financial sustainability of the municipalities. So it's an important discussion. As Salga as an association, how do we assist those municipalities? How are we also assisting our communities, businesses, all the stakeholders on the importance of paying for the services? When Eskom or Rainwater, when they switch off their services, communities, they can't say it's Rainwater, they look at the municipality. So it's important. And I really appreciate what the PEC Gauteng did in engaging, in launching this Asisho. Let's talk with our communities, as I said, on the importance of this event. For quite some time, we've just approved the municipal budgets now. The tariffs that have been suggested, these are the monies that municipality must be able to collect to communities so that they sustain for other interventions that municipalities has committed on, particularly on issues of service delivery. And the tariffs will differ from municipality to municipalities. Like your big metros, there are some of the services that municipality can be able to absorb. But in other municipalities, like your former homelands areas, it's very difficult. So as Salga supporting and advocating and lobbying for local government, it is our role and responsibility to make sure that we are together in these discussions.
Councillor Maluka, thank you so much for that insight and thank you for joining us on Salga TV.
Thank you so much, Veranda.
Reigniting a culture of responsible citizenry contributes to the nation building of our country, and Asisho captures the essence of this aim. Although we've come to the end of this episode, the conversation doesn't end here. Partner with us and mobilize your communities to do the right thing and pay for their municipal services. From me, your host Maralda Ngiti Asisho, let's say it. Until next time, nisale kamnandi.